Tutuku chao tau stima. Whoops. Whoopsies. Hi, Earth Angel. It's weird. It doesn't show anybody on. So it's weird that you. So there may be people in here. Hi. Hello. Hi. Hello. 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 How are you feeling? Tatata kingo chat up. Wop 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 wop. Harayatu ukuri brahimins. Tu chasi ma tu tu kapapa ina. Shutura. How's everybody feeling tonight? Friday night. Energies are pretty intense. Yeah, now I'm starting to see the people. Yeah, now it's up to 71, so now I see. It's a little delayed there. Oh, thank you, Toker. Toker Joker. Beautiful, awesome. Oh, hey, hi Tina. How's it going? Hey Tina, can you do keep an eye out for me? I want to try to. There's some other people that I would be giving moderator to also to help you out. I will. I don't know if you can do that too or not. Probably not. But I will give you. What about you, Amber? Would you be down to moderate just in case? Hello, hello. Okay, let me see how to do this. I just want to add some people to do that. Let's see. I honestly don't even know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. I'm a baby. I can't figure it out. Whatever. I'll figure it out. I don't know. I don't want to sit here and try to figure this out forever. Okay, what the heck? What the heck? I don't know. Screw it. Click the name and options should pop up. Yeah, okay, let's try it one more time here. See friends. Oh, there's manage. Manage. There's a little tiny grayed out box. There we go. Boom. Cha-cha kuya karatara tuya rapo estio. Tu kuya arna niaro kipio stia tatakara yara. Some people are funny. How's it going? Mikikwa, how's everybody feeling? I got a lot of different colored sweatshirts. I don't know why, I just like the way that they feel. I like different colors, so I got a lot of different colors. And I usually go through phases where I feel inspired to wear certain colors just way too often. And I don't have I only got so many shirts that are those colors, so I end up wearing, recycling quite a bit. Hey, how's it going? Do I verbalize whatever comes up intuitively? Yeah, so, I more express the energies. It's not necessarily a conscious thing. It's not like a conscious decision. I mean, it can be though too. It's kind of hard to explain. From the experience from my end is very, it's very natural. It feels like me. It really does feel like me, but I don't know how, when you get an urge to itch, you itch it, right? It's kind of that thing. Or when you walk, you don't think about taking the steps. When you want to go from here to the door, you just go. You don't have to think, okay, I'm going to put my left foot first, and then I'm going to put my right foot next, and then I'm going to go over the door, I'm going to put my hand up, I'm going to grab it. It's just very automatic. Yeah, there's been some pretty cool solar weather popping off. We had a pretty decent sized solar flare last night, and then some smaller ones today. Some solar winds. I think it actually went up to a KP6. So you may be feeling it a bit here. Oh, hey, Chill Vibes Rossi. I just made a video. I don't know if he's open to this kind of thing. It might be a little weird. But if he is somewhat open and just open-minded, at least if he's feeling like crap, I have a recent video that is specifically for that. So there's a lot of people that are experiencing that. I'm seeing it all over. I don't know why. Melissa, hi! how's it going? Kuya sato, niama kuya si chia. Super how? Oh, kuya to me, kuya what? Hi Alicia, na kuya sa pratisha. How you feeling? Still feeling good? Kutun masia tutu kuya para kuya sa pikoy karanang kiucha. I love the energy today in this in the group frequency. It feels really good. Everybody feels really good. Kukuya na u. Oh, I must have missed a comment from John. Yeah, if he's open, like I wouldn't, push it on him. He's got to be open to it on his own for it to work. But might as well try, right? If you feel like crap, it's the best time to have an experience. Everybody's different. Yeah, Mickey, the energies are pretty intense today. I've been pretty crunchy. Invites, no thank you. You're getting booted, Tina? Weird. Chuchasto, koi caramba. Hey, what do you think about doing a duel next Friday? I guess we would need to get another moderator to help out. Oh, hey, look at that. Thank you. Jashia to Steve Mikiti. It's a little too bright for me. Hi Vanessa, how's it going? Miusha. Hi Firefly. No, you're not the only one. I like before I came on here, I was just stretching for like a half an hour. I was just like getting in weird positions so I could stretch different parts of my body. And just like flipping through TikTok as I'm like contorting in all these different ways to just kind of stretch my body enough so I could get enough release, so the tension wasn't so bad because it would have been really tough. If you guys aren't familiar with some of these people that I'm mentioning, like Serendipity Blooms, Melissa, she's amazing. If you guys aren't familiar with her channel, she does amazing tarot. She's just a super intuitive, one of the coolest people. You just have to go to her channel, and it wouldn't take much to subscribe because she's amazing. To follow her. Just the personality is enough, let alone all the woo-woo, the magic that she's got. And then this is for those that are feeling the energy is pretty intense right now. This has been a lifesaver for me lately. I keep forgetting that I have it, and I know it's mirrored right now, but it's an Epsom salt rub. It's like an aloe vera rub. It's got some, I think it might actually have some like essential oils and stuff in it too. Yeah, it has some like leaf oil and fruit oil. I don't know, flower, arnica, Montana flower extract. It's got some stuff in it. It's not like perfect. I surround it in shungite before I use it, but it's still really awesome because it's a rub. I don't have a bath, so it's really a good option if you don't have a bathtub, because it really just helps pull the energies and allows them to move and release a lot easier. And then I also recommend these guys too. I know again it's going to be reversed, but these are Bioplasma cell salts. So they are essentially what your cells need to function optimally. So there's different salts that our cells need to pretty much perform at their best. And we're going to be deficient at least 3 to 4 of those salts. So that has all 12. You can get them specifically one by one, the salts, or this just has all 12. I do all 12 just because I'm lazy and I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's based on your zodiac apparently, but again, it's not my forte, so I'm not really sure. I've been thinking about an inflatable tub. Seashells, like a tub is so necessary. Like the next place I go to, 100% absolutely need to have a tub. Oops, sorry. I shine brightly. Yeah, it sounds, I would say play with it. Like if your hands are moving and you're like automatically, it's usually your higher self, if you want to call it that, higher self integration. So for me, it started out like in meditation, I would move it a little bit. When I would experience plant medicine, it would happen really easy. Like I would catch myself just in like, meditative states with mudras, like, all of the statues and, all the religious and spiritual statues, and I didn't really think anything of it. I was like, okay, that makes sense that, they're holding that mudra. I don't know if it was just a subconscious thing. but I would just play with it, just loud, like literally. I mean, not just like, oh, mess with it. I meant like literally play, make it fun, play with it. That's why I really like to use music, because it can really help pull it out. For me, it's very obvious when I'm channeling my light languages and codes to music, because it is so in sync with the song. Like I can play the same song over and over again, and as I watch it back, not necessarily that I post it here, but just on my own, and when I play it back, it's almost the same motions. Not exactly the same, but it's like the same energies, the same like types of movements and stuff, depending on the songs. And it stops right as the song ends too. Like I can feel it like about to end. Even if it's a song I've never heard before, it syncs up perfectly. Like it knows that the song's going to run out or whatever, so it changes the way that it moves. And when I'm done, I usually get like a jolt. So I usually get like a bolt, like a jolting like disconnection when I do that, or when it's done. Blah blah blah. Su tua sta tingicia tu chapwa asutu kotia pro tu koti praktu shokti putu taranda ya tu tipo. I'm just going to set up a container. I didn't set up a container. Let me set up a container to work in real quick. So I'm just going to put the group. Anybody that comes through is going to move through this container, and it's just going to be a big soccer ball shape, a big C60 buckyball fullerene, so that anything that comes through gets attenuated to positive, or it just doesn't come through. I'm going to put some mirrors on the outside, some platinum silver mirrors on the outside of the faces, on the inside. Stay in here, paint it with light language, light codes. Yeah, seashells. So that's kind of the whole point of being on this app, is to essentially activate people. And to me, an activation essentially is just another way of saying remembering. I mean, it can be a little more complicated than that, but it's essentially, we're not giving things necessarily to you. We're helping you become exactly what you already are, helping moving crap out of the way that you're not. Thank you. That was pretty cool. Wizard hat. How are you? Long time no see, ma. Yes. Do I do eyes healing? I mean, we can heal anything. There's no real limits. I haven't really experienced any limitations or got any pings where things don't work. Honestly, the one thing that I've had a lot of trouble with, and I'm kind of stumped, to be honest, is menstrual issues. I just do. I constantly am trying out new things to try to help with menstrual issues, like menstrual cramping, really bad menstrual cramping, and I don't know. Like I can get it to go away for them, and then it'll come right back. The next wave. So if the ladies in here have any suggestion, any of the lady healers, I've tried all sorts of stuff. I mean, like honestly, I'd say about 95% of the time, just my light languages and my light coding does the trick. And I'm using all my tools. I'm talking. I got a whole bunch of tools. I got a whole hardware store full of different tools that I can use. And I've used a ton. I just don't know what else to do. Trying to come into my gifts. Not sure if it's happening. Any insight? I'm not necessarily a reader, so I can't really tune in exactly, but I can feel into it. It is happening. Of course it's happening. Especially if you're here. If you're in this group container with us, you're definitely coming into your gifts. That's what I do. I'm an activator. I'm an upgrader. I essentially help people become who they actually are, and that a big part of that is having your gifts available, right? Thank you. HTTP Jackie. It's called, what people refer to it as light language, and it's not the most accurate term for it, I would say, but it's kind of what we're working with, and that's the most universal term that we're working with, I guess. It's essentially again, universal expression of energy, vibration, and frequency, and it can be expressed in a number of different ways. I express it verbally, so it can sound like languages, but it doesn't necessarily function literally like a language. So it's not like a literal translation all the time. It can be, but not always. It's more like music, where you can feel it, and even if you didn't know the lyrics, people would interpret those lyrics differently, and that's the power of it. And it's very multidimensional, so it can do a lot of things at once. The way that I express it is almost like creating packages of information, because light is actually just data. It's just information, and so it's the language of information. And the way that we work is essentially by doing all this silly stuff and making the weird noises, is essentially building packages of data that we then can give to you, and that you can then integrate at your own pace if it's in alignment for your highest good. Who gave me this knowledge is all remembered. So that's my real, the teaching that I'm trying to bring to the table is that it's mostly remembrance. All this stuff is just resonating with something that you already know, if it feels right. We're remembering things. These are pieces of who we are. Once you start getting activated in these type of things, I guess I'm kind of out of vocabulary tonight. It's more like a memory. It's something you're, oh, I knew that, but you didn't at the same time. So it gets activated, and it snaps into place. Like when I started doing the signing, I was doing all sorts of like movements, but you're not moving too much. But as soon as I saw somebody coding like this, boom, it snapped right on. It was instant right away. And it was just, it's been the same since that day when I realized it was actually a thing. But yeah. You've been doing the hand movements but don't have any desire to make noises or speak. I was the same way. I did not want to do the noises. I did not want to do the languages. It was not something my ego wanted to do at all. And then, of course, the universe has a way of irony and forced it out of me one day. Just literally squeezed my chest until I started making noises. And then it started building the languages off those noises and all just different dialects and sounds. And it was even like doing singing. I don't sing, but it was singing pretty good, at least from my perspective. All sorts of stuff. But yeah. Hi, Chastity. Hey, questo mau twist yacha. Thank you. The logo is actually a light code. This guy here is a light code. So it's quantum integral. If you just imagine that, you can do a whole bunch of things. You imagine that symbol in your mind's eye and just play with it. That's all I'll say. It's quantum entangled. Can I control it? Now I can, yeah. So for a period of time, I wasn't able to control it really. It would come out. It's not that I couldn't control it. It's that I would build up so much tension in my body if I didn't release it. And that still does happen. Like if I'm out in public, when it was first coming through, I had to release it like all the time. And it was really embarrassing. Or otherwise I like jolt, and like when people walk into my field, I automatically start healing them. It's just a function of my energy field, which that still happens, but I'm a lot more grounded in my own energy now, and kind of a little bit more balanced. So it doesn't happen as intensely. I can kind of be there a little bit easier, but yeah. And if you guys have questions to it, if I'm missing your questions or your comments that are really important, Cosmic Earth Child in here, she knows her shit. So I totally trust her answers as well. But I can also like give my own perspective on it. But if there's something that I'm missing, if she's responding to you guys, there's a reason why she's a moderator in here. So, and I guess we can talk about it now. So we will be doing an event on February 2nd, next month, a channeling event with Moni, who is Lemuria Healing on here, and Deb Clark. I think it's Clark, right? I can't remember her. She's on here. Yeah, she's on here. I don't know if I have her subscribed. I'm sure I do. My feed's been weird lately. Has your guys' feed been weird lately? It's been like I need to clean up my follows because it's showing me like I'm missing so many of the people that I actually want to see, and yeah, I need to take care of that. But yeah, it's going to be a huge event. It's called Ascending, Ancients and Ascended, I think, is what we're going with. It's a portal event, so it's a big portal day, a big energetic day, and it's going to be super powerful. I can already feel it. I feel really good about it. Yeah, check it out. I wonder if we can't link it. I'll have to make a promo. I'll make a promo video for it and stuff. I wasn't even thinking before I jumped on there. Yeah, there we go. Shit, here, let me... Do I keep disappearing? Probably when I look away. No? Or is that just you, brother? Yeah, there's so many big numerology days this year. It's like such an epic year for all sorts of stuff. Like 222 is going to be huge. I mean, even like 3 20 22. I mean 3 2. Like there's so many good numerology days. Yeah, that 222 is definitely going to be a big day. I can feel it. Well, I want to start channeling some stuff for everybody, just because I know everybody can't stay on the whole time, and I don't want people to miss it who did come around the time that it started, because I know some people that's what they're really interested in is the channeling and stuff. So just gonna get prepared a little bit, sink into my energy. I always get a little jacked up when I first come into the container because feeling everybody's energy and woo. And I'm like a toddler anyway. I like hanging out with my friends and I like playing, so I get so excited. Hi, Florentino. Florentino. Is that right? Am I guessing the full name? Yeah, I'm definitely rambunctious. Kind of like an ornery shit sometimes too. Thank you, Amber. I like that. It disappeared though. My wizard hat. Yeah. I wish I would have had the opportunity to go somewhere where they did tongues before I had the experience with light language, just because I would like to have felt it and stuff. Now I'm going to have a completely different perspective. It's going to be, a little different. I mean, I'd still be interested in going to a place. I've gone to local churches and just to hang out and just to, listen and talk to people and just be part of their energy and feel it out, It's not necessarily the places for me, unfortunately. Hold on. Hold on. Hey, Tina, can you check can you make sure that nobody's trying to tap in real quick? Sahletu larnan kuiru puarana we shitikana kori pratu chata takima makuta tata puchu chu 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 phony hello bring tata situa shututu ya siu kwa tata pia wa shututu ya tu pakarata we karaya. Okay, I'm good. Poczucia tastia. Okay, so we'll go ahead and start channeling here in a second. I'm just gonna continue to set up a container here. La tarahara to kuni piti kuturo ko praktu ushutu kui parakate puia to no norui pratu chia pratu shiata karine shiati pitu to kui marapo papaya or kupti pichanin haturi pio arto. It's so interesting that starts to happen when I get on lives. I get like red kukui, the back of my neck. Chuchui. I could be Paul. No, it's not stress at all. It does look like that though, but it's definitely not stress. I've had those before. It's a completely different thing. Yeah, it's red every time. It's usually like right in the back of my neck. And it's, there's just so much energy that moves through. Yeah, it's just a lot of energy. It moves a lot. They move a lot through my high heart and my neck, especially clearly when I'm in this state. Now we're just about to get started here in a second, sunshine. We've just been chatting, but I will do some channeling here. No, it doesn't hurt. It's just I didn't even notice it honestly until I saw it on the screen. Yeah, so light language can sound weird too. So it can sound like ticking. A lot of when I'm doing light language for myself, it just sounds like sound effects, like some of it is like sucking, like sucking sounds. It like pulls things out and blowing out. And, some of it just literally sounds like cartoon sound effects, which cracks me up. Oh, awesome, Astro Lifestyle Advisor. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the group frequency. We appreciate you. Do I have an alien soul? I don't know. I guess that's a matter of perspective. What is alien? I don't know. I also don't really identify as a starseed or any of that. So doesn't mean that from other people's perspective I wouldn't be. From my perspective, I'm not though. Isn't it funny? Me and Tina, Cosmic Earth Child, we definitely sync up. It's really funny. I can feel it too. Welcome, Carrie. Did the hand signals come with speaking at the same time? I think they were both there at the same time. I didn't recognize them at the same time. I honestly don't even remember. Maybe they did kind of come in at the like. I might have recognized them like at the same time. My memory is not super great, to be honest. I'm given memories when they're necessary, and then yeah, and then otherwise not. Yeah, I can't do the Arcturian mantis. I can try. It gets so stuck in my neck. Yeah, I can't even do it. I can't do those ones. No, it gets like stuck right here. Okay, I think we're good. You know what's funny is I realized when I was trying to calibrate it, because I think Deb said to cough to calibrate it. When I cough on purpose, I hiccup. No, okay, that wasn't it. See? That's just what happened. Is that normal? Does anybody else do that? I just got pinged by my left ear. No, I'm not. That's it. Okay. I know I'm weird. That's all right. Interesting, you gag. Yeah, it's funny. It's like when I was I was hospitalized when I first. I don't know how to say it without getting into a big story, but when I went through a period where I had some health issues and I was hospitalized for a while, and it was for neurological stuff. And one day I had hiccups really bad, and the doctors freaked out. They were freaking out, and I was like, "Why are you freaking out? Like, it's just the hiccups." And I guess that it has something to do with the neurology, like hiccups. I can't remember. What's the good of a story if you can't remember the point, right? But it either has, yeah, it's something to do. It's like a sign of something to do in the neurology. But yeah, your son hiccups when he laughs. Oh, cute. It's kind of annoying. It doesn't feel great. It happens too if I let's say I smoked a reefer or something and I cough, which I don't cough really, but if I do cough, I'll have hiccups forever. Okay, well, let's do it. So I just set up the container. Let's get this rolling so people who did show up can get some of the work. And the people who have been here before, and I say that I'm going to post it, the live afterwards, I did. I got it. And then I think I actually posted the one from before too. So I did an impromptu live earlier in the week, maybe like Tuesday or something. I don't remember. But then I did, the Friday Night Lights last week, and I post those on YouTube. So if you guys didn't catch last week's Friday Night Lights, you can go to my YouTube. Just search for Ty-L, just like my name up here. Just search for that in YouTube, and you should find me. And then you can watch the replay. I wish I had the chats. Maybe I'll just have to record the videos next time and just upload that. Because that seems more fun, because you can see what everybody says and stuff. Right now it's just the video, and that's boring. Because it's a group. Everybody's a part of what's going on. It's not just my energy. I'm just a doofus that's in front of the camera. We're all contributing. We all have codes. We all are gatekeepers. We all have, our own gifts, and we're here anchoring in light for huge amounts of energy. Our streams are our own streams of consciousness, but also we represent collectives. We are the A-team here on Earth right now. For real. We're on, we're front and center on real world Earth. So I really appreciate you guys being a part of this group frequency, because everybody contributes, truly, and I mean that. So if you are open to receive, just go ahead and relax. Settle into the space, take some deep breaths, whatever feels right to you. I like to take breaths that are about 70%. And then releasing, because if I do too much, then it creates tension. So about 70% in, and then relax. Thank you for the rose mouths. Okay. So we're going to do some energy healing, some activations, whatever comes through for the group. And it's not going to be just for the group, so it's going to be specific for you. So I channel my higher self. I will be going through and making some weird sounds and doing all sorts of stuff with my hands. And what I'm doing is creating codes and weaving light and creating architecture and exchanging data for your higher self. So I'm creating information that's specific for you in your own way. It's different. So it's called, that's why we're called a quantum architect. It's because it's quantum. Time and space aren't important in this sense, because it doesn't really matter, because it's outside of time and space. So we can work directly for your higher self in this group setting. So I would suggest, if there's an area that you would like healing, or if there's a certain thing that you would like for yourself an activation, just bring it up in your awareness. Just hold that intention in your mind, and we'll see what happens. It's all kind of an experiment, right? But I have had really cool results through these group experiences. People get exactly what they ask for. So again, it's you. I'm just a permission slip. I'm a code keeper. I hold codes and I help channel codes for those that need them, that had designed this experience to receive them in this way. If there's an area of pain in your body, just place your awareness in that area of pain. If this is something that's new to you, if you're just here just because it's weird and you're curious, I just encourage you to have an open mind and possibly an open heart, and you might have a really cool experience, because this stuff is something that you really do need to experience if you're in that skeptical state, like I used to be. I had to experience it over and over and over and over again, to be honest. So hopefully you can have one of those experiences, but if not, no big deal. Not everybody feels it, and it's okay if you don't feel it. It doesn't mean it's not working. A lot of it I didn't feel in the beginning, and then I'm a super sensitive person now. I feel everything. So just be open. And I also recommend not to worry about the chat or anything like that. People are probably going to come through as I'm doing the weird stuff and have questions and make comments. Don't worry about it. It doesn't offend me. As long as you let it slide off your back, I let it slide off my back, and then we can address whatever happens afterwards. So we can just relax and whatnot. And Tina, it's totally up to you how much you want to contribute, but you're always welcome to step aside from the moderation and do the code work with me if you want. So Cosmic Earth Child is kind of my female counterpart right now, channeling the divine feminine aspect to this. So kind of being that mirror for me and assisting in her own. She's doing just as much as I am. So just go ahead and relax. And what I'm going to do, we already set up the container to work in, so we're in a safe space. But what I always do, and this is just my own personal preference, is I like to open up a portal to source, and I do that through the Grand Central Sun, which is almost like the sun, but in a bigger sense. And then we're going to pull that pure divine light down through into our sun portal, and then through that sun portal I'm going to pull this light down through my chakras. I invite you, just with your intention, to do the same if you'd like. And I'm pulling it down through my crown, and then through my entire body, through all my chakras, through my chakra systems. Everybody has a little bit of different chakra systems. Not everybody, but we can have different chakra systems. Down through the legs and feet, and out the root, and all the way down into the center of the earth. And I like to ground this energy into what I would call 7D Gaia. So it's going to go into the crystal core of 7D Gaia, and then so that way the collective can also receive these codes, and it can be uploaded in the grid, and also Earth gets whatever she needs to heal as well. So we're going to pull this frequency of these lights back up, And it's going to flow back up through our field, through our legs and feet and legs, and up through our root, and all through our chakras, outer crown, and back up. Back through, and just it's going to continue to flow. And this just helps bring in that pure, clean energy, holds space for us, kind of protects as well. And it will help fill in anything that gets removed just with that pure consciousness. So I'm just going to start letting go. And again, I channel just me. So it's just aspects of me that come through in just different ways. It might sound like different languages and stuff, but it's all just me. Just feel your body and relax. Just become aware of your body. That's what I would suggest. And if you're overthinking, your mind gets stuck in certain things, just go back in your body and just identify where you feel things most intensely in that moment, and then just move it around, because you'll likely feel that energy move to different spots of your body, and this will help move energy through your body. I'm just going to make sure just to reestablish the intention here that no harm will be done, no energy will be taken that is not freely given, and of course it will be in alignment for the highest good of all only. I'm just opening my heart more. Healing comes from the heart. Mahataratu fakiarti shati kishana. Hatularta mashakyatu tumashatiati mikishtu yatu. Nitiasadun urpa roshati titi chitikutu karipukaya kure. So there's a lot going on, more than what you recognize you may be seeing. So there's essentially many aspects of my higher self, so many different pieces of me that will express themselves through me at certain times for certain reasons, but they're all doing things at the same time. So they're all assisting in their own way, and then they'll step through just for a little bit to say some things and express some specific frequencies. Shatu sarbahat rafa irata kinji chistu sufati and the pro okutu patarin that yapia kutrama kutua. Kuma kakuatus. Mafaha a ue eta ele. La ala imwea ya ewa ewa ai la ni uko ale me oi la uko ai inia o ai ima uihui ea ina ya ue ka ai inia o a ini ai ko inia ye eo le. Kuf, art, shast, mist, kimak, kak, tusha, tinasi, tisi, tusu, kuma ya itu, jia, niaruya. And you'll see me holding my fingers in different positions, right? So some people may recognize it as mudras. You see them in like the statues, or like in Eastern cultures where they're holding a certain position. Even in like Christianity, you see Jesus a lot holding a mudra, which is a pranic mudra, just sending energy. But the position of the fingers and how the fingers are positioned and held and where they're being held will facilitate different frequencies. And you'll see me moving my fingers on certain different areas. And if you notice it, I will be over certain areas quite a bit, right? So you'll see, like right now, I'm at my heart chakra. So I'm changing and manipulating the frequencies that are moving through, and just kind of tapping into that energy. And then I'll move up to my throat, maybe I'll move to my high heart, maybe down to my solar plexus. Right now, this is usually me traveling. Usually to go grab some frequencies. I'm just using frequencies in a really general way, because it can be all sorts of things. So like right now, I'm over my crown, of course. Now I'm over my heart. And I'm also using the muscles in my body, the rest of my body too. So not just the movements. Every aspect of our body is like a different button or toggle, or if it was a controller, like if it would be like different joysticks and buttons and macro keys and all sorts of stuff if you're into that kind of gaming stuff. So where my eyes are looking, where my, which way my head's turned, I'm flexing my calves, I'm flexing my hips at some points. I'm just like feeling that energy, like just pushing that energy through certain areas. It's just to help push out the energy some more. And I'm still learning too. I'm in no way an expert in this stuff. I'm just sharing what I have downloaded and kind of just integrated for myself from my own perspective. It's going to be a little bit different for everybody too. That's the beauty of it. Feeling a dragon coming in. Maybe not. A lot less talking today, huh? Mushoot, go keep town. Electo tu e tanto ela te ni ciao. Tu la letta la nia buona tu e amassa oi. Lana yani maya huele we. Le tu ai nia huele le au el miau. Le tu ai le miau. Le tamu o le pia le tau mai qua. Hule de mai, hale mea, le tai usu. Hesinita e kakal tuosai, watsu mapui. Kankaku atu, shatu katakaki kotapa, atu sasa tatatima siatu, doni petiti. No, kotorupa tu pachikadi, vantu, fevo atu, ata, orpe asatu yendi atu. Se tu carne mi kichi titi guatani mo cuore da pizzico di carne per guarda con ma qui po na ma di ma così por io era tu si ma sì quattro pato faharato io ma ma cadde sta sito pronto che si che ti papà di ci por parta che ci prende c'è make funny sounds. Je parle de paquet de pièces, je parle de petit, pas parle de petit, je parle maman, papa, mais sweet, oui, pour la carte de sweet. Je tout de couper en limite, tout de plus boîte, tu auras petit coup et propre, tu peut-être pas, parce que je sais pas, Ușa ti protegeam, carne mi ia ti protegia pe tu ca o chapata ni taturato e mo con pula eta ya muela le tosha
He tu mayata hueto we pai o koe asa nai tu e timi. Ti sutu pa asa no he tu ka o koe la pa. Ci ti ti alo tu kai ala he tu cha pia tu kini ci ti pia stucia. Fui tu kini ka tu yang hoe na nai tu ke lo kolo mama ma wele po ala tu ya. De di da wele le po no ni ma ko di ala lo wele po lu ala. Ni lulu badu la le mi wajia lu ni do de ba li wala ni no le malo ni do ala e lo ko ki lo ko lo be ko lo gala
Ci pak tu ya pra kuisa na tata ki puti patu ba taro ku chapa usho
wale tisha har ni maro shara tu chalo la bo
ne puala we shapa tu pa ti pa tu wala pista
le pas le ple ci ti le poa il cialo tiro il poa il cialo le cielo ti chilo tu ale dietro le talo di beaucoup de le blote moyete tu coi chania
perché poi potrà mi sono tu per tu
buon tiny piatto umano che sia hucha mai queta ni ti gojawa
voilà io Fuji lo vino io li quello io che vado mi wala che ma io palo chatty bunch there for a second. Oh, it's so crazy. I'm so crazy. I don't know. If I would have seen this stuff 10 years ago, you know what I mean? All right, there we go. All right, round one. How are you guys feeling? How are you feeling after that? I make you feel normal. That's awesome. I make that. I mean, that's a something to make another channeler who's pretty much the exact same as me feel normal, which makes sense, I guess. Yeah, that's great. Crying is really good. Crying is a really good thing. It's releasing. I mean, that's what this work does. Is it'll bring up it can bring up a lot of emotions to be released. And honestly, when I first started expressing light language, it was so full of emotion. And that's something I guess I don't talk about enough. Is that I was constantly there's emotion, there's energy when you're expressing light language. That's what makes it it's so tangible. Like, it's not just making up sounds. Like, you can feel the energy behind it, and you can release. Like, when it first starts coming out, you release a ton of emotion. And I would be going around in public places, and it would force its way out. And it was usually something to help release for the land, or release for spirits and stuff in the area, trapped fragments of souls and stuff like that. Yes, if you feel a cool feeling running through your body, totally normal. There's so much that people can feel. Again, this is going to be very specific for you. Even though I'm doing it just me for the group, you're all going to be receiving specifically different things, like for you. I know it's a mind fuck for us, the logical mind, to understand, but you're going to be feeling it differently, and whatever you feel is totally normal. Hi, Shonda. I love seeing friends, family in here. That's delicious. Yeah, you heard conversations. That's very common too. Hearing, some people will literally hear things translated in their mind, or they'll feel it, they'll get downloads, and it'll be unique for them. It's, you know, and there may be a theme to it. There's generally a theme to the whole thing, but people are still going to interpret it they can interpret it dramatically different. Do I teach your process at all? That's kind of what the purpose of my channel is to just share and build off of a foundation what I did. I can only share what my experiences are, right? Because it's going to be completely different for you. And that's really what I want to try to get across, is that it's going to be unique for you, but just, you know, putting your feelers out there and seeing what feels right, you know, because with me, once I saw it, it just resonated and it was like instant. And if we're not putting ourselves out there for other people to see and just being ourselves, then other people won't see it. And who knows who it's not going to help, you know. You're not helping by, you know, not being who you are. So I would just go through and experiment, you know, play. Hello, hi, effortless sex expansion? Effortless sex expansion. Cool, I like it. Tashi questa nei ciao corret via qui artato icha. Do I help empathies? Empaths? I'm guessing. Yes. I think it's a yes. If I do help. If you have a headache, did you have a headache prior or now you have a headache? Because that's normal too. We can get tension in areas after it, like especially with activations, it can actually build a lot of pressure, especially like if your third eye is activating, or I mean, we've got more than just a third eye too, so there can be a lot of things going on, and we have multidimensional effortless expand. My bad. My mind's in the gutter there, huh? I guess too. I knew that was coming too. My bad. Yeah. But yeah, you may feel pressure throughout your body in different places. That's what I experience on my end when I channel stuff. I feel pressure in my back of my neck. Like right now, I feel pressure in the back of my neck because the energies are trying to come in. I feel lots of pressure at the base of my skull. I literally always have pressure there and pain there. I feel it usually back in the solar plexus, back to the sacral. When codes are trying to come through, I feel quite a bit of tension. It can feel pretty intense. Everything is placebo in some sense. Yeah, I mean, placebo is a very, very interesting thing. I mean, it pretty much proves that our minds have the ability to heal ourselves. And some people may look at that from a skeptical perspective, but that just means they're not actually thinking. It doesn't take rocket science to realize that it's a real thing. Like, that's why I don't understand doctors, man. Like, that's why I have a hard time trusting them. It's just because some stuff is so common sense. I don't understand how they can be so ignorant to ignore so much evidence. Like, if I was a doctor and I heard saw this crap, I would be like, show me, you know, like, why not experience? I want to dive right in. I would want to dive right into, you know, all this, plant medicine, all the things that are coming up, but your third eye. Oh, hi, Amanda. Yeah, yeah, that can happen if we have blockages in places. It can get kind of intense. But if we can lean into it, it can shift faster. We really like pushing into it. Yeah, we need more nurses like that. You know, I think nurses are the shit. Like, every time that I was in the hospital, the nurses are way better than the doctors. Doctors, now I'm not gonna just like put them all in a box. I know there's good doctors, but it drives me nuts, man. Wap 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 wap. Yeah, nurses do all the work, man. Do I do any in-person gatherings? Not yet. We have plans to. Kind of the COVID stuff has kind of messed things up. You know, we had big plans right before COVID hit. Like we were going to have a big community. We were already making plans for it, literally to buy like 200 acres of land and do like, it was like a business venture essentially, where we would be bringing in schools and other groups to teach them things like how to farm and, you know, garden, making sustainable housing. Like, so all of the buildings were going to be made, they're going to be 3D printed with shungite in the compounds, which is an amazing mineral that is super important right now because it attenuates negative frequencies, so it can essentially protect from EMF, all the inorganic frequencies that we have on the planet right now, like Wi-Fi and everything. Our computers, our devices can be damaging. But yeah, we didn't, unfortunately that didn't work out, but there's going to be another opportunity. It's all going to work out at some point. But that would have been really cool. But yeah, and I want to do like in-person activations and group classes and stuff like that. I think it'd be really cool. Planning on it. I want to work with kids too. And I'm sorry, and if I'm missing your questions, because I know I'm just kind of blabbing and I'm looking away and stuff. I'm not keeping my eye on the chat too much, and I know that I'm missing questions that are probably really good questions that I would like to answer, and I know that you'd probably like them answered. So don't be shy to ask them again. Like if there's a real question that you want, what I would suggest doing is typing it out and then selecting all, copying it, and then sending it. And then in case I don't answer it, you can just paste it and then send it again and paste it. I'm not going to be offended if you kind of semi-spam the chat with a good question, with something silly, you know, and you know it's silly. Come on. I mean, depends. I like silly too. Yeah, let's get some land, start a commune. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm supposed to be traveling first now, is what I feel. But we'll see how that works out. I am located in Washington State, up near Mount Vernon, Washington. So if you're in the area, I would love to meet you. I do one-on-ones too. I'm not aware of the bioceramic eco-dome homes, but maybe I am. I want to do heels on wheels, to be honest, is what I want to call it. I want to get like something that I can fit like a healing table, and something where I have enough room to move my arms around, you know, and do my thing and kind of walk around. I don't necessarily need it, but I think it's good for the experience of people. And then I just want to drive around the country, stop in big cities and stuff, and go like stop in downtowns of big cities and just do, you know how people do like street performing, but I want to do just free healings and just have people experience it, you know. And then also, while I do that, go to different places, also stop in places to do healings for people, like for clients, so people can book me and I can travel, and we, you know, can stop by your house and come out into the RV thing or whatever it is and get a healing, you know, and then we take off, you know. I think it'd be fun. We get to meet a lot of our family and all sorts of stuff. How much above sea level am I? I don't know. I think I might not even be above it. I might be below it, to be honest. I'm in a valley right now. So I might be at like 0, maybe like a couple feet. I work out on the bay, so I work at like on the sea. Yeah, take those mental health days. That's really important. That's great that you're doing that. Melissa, I think it's Melissa. Yeah, Miss. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm so bad about these usernames. Kuistuisha. Hi, Shara. Kuina mo koi kai kuin shit kuisha pau kuikana. Yeah, dude, a school bus would be cool, like a pimped out school bus. Ooh, Jonah, that sounds awesome. Yeah, that sounds super cool. How do I heal myself? All sorts of ways. I'm actually going to make some videos specifically. Like, I've been thinking about it. Like, I kind of want to have like a healing marathon for like a week or something, where at the same time every day I come home and I show you what I do when I come home from work. So you can see exactly like what it looks like when I heal myself, because I know it would be helpful for me to watch other people as they heal themselves, however they do it, especially with all this stuff. But yeah, I'll show you, because it can look pretty interesting. Like the way that when I heal myself, I use all sorts of different tools, but it can look really intense. Like when I heal myself, I'm like contorting and making all sorts of sound effects and like shaking and convulsing and all sorts of stuff. And people don't usually, I don't see other people do that, and especially when they're working on themselves. You know, it's important that whatever we are experiencing, we are sharing, you know, because who knows who it might help. That's the tough part. Like us coming out of the closet, it can be really tough. It was really hard for me. So I just started to come out this summer, actually. How can we heal ourselves? By, honestly, the easiest way is to start feeling everything. Be consciously feel. And that means your emotions as they come up. That means your body, the pain in your body, the tension, whatever is coming up in your body, feel that as much as possible. That would be one suggestion. These are just really simple, obviously basic things. And then aside from feeling very deeply, I would say start identifying your negative beliefs. So start thinking about how you define things in your reality. And if you're assigning a negative value to your definitions or a positive value, because we can always shift the definition of how we perceive something, and thus changes our belief system into a positive belief, which then trickles into our reality as a positive experience, a positive result. And it's really important because our entire reality, our personal experience is sculpted from our beliefs. And if we have negative belief systems, then we're going to experience negative experiences. It's really important. It's really, really important. Yeah, Facebook is toxic. It's tough. It's a completely different vibe. It's a completely different frequency. There's different people. You have to really, really be careful about who you interact with, or like who you add and what you interact with, because the algorithm definitely will feed you negative drama, 100%. So the more you you have to be really conscious about the algorithm. Same thing on TikTok. You know, TikTok will do that every once in a while, where it'll just start spamming me stuff that is negative, like fighting, like literal like street fights and stuff. And not that I'm not interested. I mean, it's like, how do you not watch for a second, you know? Or like, you know, police brutality type stuff, or politics, just all sorts of stuff. And it'll just like, it's like a bunch of it all at once, and like it confuses me. But then I just have to ignore it. Like once I start noticing that, just flip, or even hit that button that says not interested. It's really important. And then only interacting with content that you want to see more of. You know, don't go commenting on a video that you don't like because you don't like it. Worst thing you can do. Don't go saying, oh, this is stupid because I did it. Don't do it. Don't do it, because it's just going to feed you more of that shit. And it's going to feed you more drama. It's just the way that it works. Where your attention goes, energy flows, and it'll be reflected back to you. Yeah, just scroll on by, just flip through. How did I get into this? I got into this through pain and suffering. I'll be truth on it. Because, I mean, that's probably the only thing that would have pushed me to get into this stuff, because my ego wouldn't probably allow me to do this stuff. Honestly, for a while, I was a pretty big cynic. You know, I was very pessimistic about things. I was very cynical. I had to have the facts. I had to fact check everything in a certain way. I had to had to be scientifically back data and all, you know, like it was very, very logical minded. And I got really, really sick. I made myself really, really sick. And I had to go through, and just pretty much my life got shit on. The life that I thought I wanted, all my dreams that I thought that I was going to aspire to, just totally got cut off. And of course, when you have those type of experiences, you spiral downward, right? And I was really, really depressed. I experienced a lot of physical pain, so that's kind of how it all started. It was just experiencing lots and lots of physical pain, where I literally I couldn't function. And then of course that made me really depressed because I couldn't live my life anymore. And then I went through the Western medical systems, like not like all a ton. Like I was going to like doctors like 5 or 6 times a week, and going to specialists and doing everything that I could, and it didn't work out. Nothing really actually worked, and so I had to figure out, you know, something that worked. I mean, I got really, really depressed and went down that rabbit hole of, not wanting to be here anymore. And so, I've been like, I've been in the psych wards quite a few times, not necessarily for being like, the stereotype of that, more like, just over this place and really ready to tap out and attempting to and stuff like that. But none of that. And then eventually I gave up on that. One time it didn't work out. I woke up and everything changed. So I woke up and the EMTs were there and I felt totally normal and fine. And I was really confused why I was totally normal and fine based on what I had attempted to do. And then I didn't feel like doing it anymore. And then I just didn't. So I thought, well, I'm just here. I'm not going to do it anymore because I don't want to hurt anybody that I love, because I didn't want to tell anybody either that I was trying to do those things. So I was keeping it quiet. I was keeping it to myself. So I first tried to unalive by drinking as much as possible for a really long time. I mean, a lot. And it helped numb the pain and it helped do a lot of things. But people didn't realize that I was actually trying to out through that. And that wasn't working out. I got really, really sick. My pancreas exploded pretty much. So I almost died. I was like in the ICU for like a month or two, and then in the I was in the ICU for a month, and then the hospitals for like 2 or 3 months, and then it didn't, and then nobody helped me through that whole process for anything. I just sat there, pretty much, and then once I got out, nobody was still helping, and so I was like, oh well, I'm deucing out, I'm peacing out, and I tried it, and it did, and I woke up, and it was different. And then I went to try to get help, and nobody helped me, and then I just kind of gave up. And then eventually, through that process over time, I started to wake back up. I started to realize that it was stuff that I already knew existed. Like there was like tools that I knew about, but it wasn't time for me to use them yet. Like for my pain, for example. I was aware of this plant called kratom, Mitragaya speciosa or something like that, which is it's a plant from the coffee family, and it's used to treat all sorts of things. So it's got really powerful alkaloids, like 26 or something like that, different alkaloids. It's almost like cannabis, how there's different strains that work in different ways. But I had been aware of that a long time ago when I was like really like not doing good, and I was on every medication. I was on a shitload of painkillers and all sorts of stuff, and none of it was working. Even being on a ton, and nothing was helping. And a friend had told me about it, and I tried it out, and it wasn't helping. But because I was on painkillers and stuff, so I didn't even notice it. And then eventually I rediscovered it. I had lived in Wisconsin, which none of this is legal in Wisconsin. Not cannabis, not kratom, none of the stuff that actually helps, like can help people heal themselves. It doesn't heal them, but it helps them get space enough so they can find healing for themselves. And once I moved away from there and moved back to Washington State, things are, more lenient here. It's like the cannabis is legal and kratom's legal, and so I rediscovered kratom, and it changed my life. It pretty much saved my ass, because I had a way to manage my pain, which gave me space to look for ways to heal. Because when you're in such bad chronic pain, you can't function. Like people who have chronic pain understand this, but when you're in such bad chronic pain that you can't get out of bed, and I'd be in bed for like weeks at a time, and I'd get like a few days every once in a while where I'd feel good, and then I would be in bed and it'd be bad. It was really, really bad. But it gave me space. Like cannabis didn't work for my pain. I mean, maybe CBD if I had it, but I was literally homeless. And so getting CBD, enough of it to function, even having a full-time job, I can't afford CBD right now. I mean, I'm figuring out a way right now, but it's really expensive to actually treat like severe chronic pain with CBD. But then I found Kratom, and it allowed me the space to find ways to heal. I immediately got back to work. I hadn't worked in 7 years because I couldn't function. Immediately got back into to work. I started working 2 full-time jobs pretty much right off the bat. Living out of a tent. I was like, okay, if I'm not in literally debilitating pain where I can't move, I can work. But otherwise I couldn't, And so that gave me that, and I started playing around, finally got a job, and then got a 3D life back, and started, looking for other ways to actually heal. Because I'd been conscious. I woke up when I first got sick. It was like in 2010 or so. I started getting into meditation because my doctors suggested it. So when they diagnosed me with this condition, they considered it terminal at the time, which it's not. It's silly. But they considered it uncurable and terminal in my case. And my heart rate was never under 120 beats per minute, and everything was getting messed up. And so they gave me, they said, you're kind of screwed. And so they put me into counseling for it. So they sent me to a psychiatrist and a counselor, and they were, trying to help me deal with my end of the life, whatever situation, and being so young, and shouldn't you, you need to be, thinking about these things, and you should be sad and stuff. And I wasn't sad. I was just like, I'm just in pain. I don't know what to do. I didn't feel at all any of that stuff until later on. Then I started to buy into it, and that's a whole nother story. It makes you even more sick. But where was I going with that? I forgot where I shifted it. Oh, I started to find ways to heal. Yeah, so they showed me ways to meditate. Oh, thank you, Kuwais. So I got trained in meditation through doctors, through biofeedback. So they hooked me up to blood pressure stuff, and to heart rate stuff, and showed me how to meditate from their, like, a scientific perspective, which it was okay. It was really cool and interesting to me, so I got really into it. And then, like EEG machines. So I would be able to, EEG, is that right? Yeah, EEG, where it would read my brainwaves, so I could actually get some biofeedback. So it was really helpful for me. But I kept smashing that snooze button. It wasn't time for me to wake up. So I kept going back to sleep, and then coming, I'd wake up for a little bit, a little groggy, and go back to sleep. And I had stuff that I had to go through. But anyway, I eventually, through Kratom, had enough of a window to start finding healing again. And once I started being able to function, I got back into meditation. I started getting back into metaphysics. And then I got reintroduced to energy healing again. And when I wasn't so numbed from all the medications, I could actually feel it. And once I could actually feel the energies, it was game over. I knew exactly what I was here to do. I knew what I was supposed to do. And so I just really, really got really deep into energy work and healing work. And that's all I did for years and years. For like 4 years or something, I was just like, I would work, but most of the time I was meditating or I was researching. I'd bust my work out really fast, and then I would just do research, or while I'm doing work, I would have, podcasts and be like just absorbing data, just trying to find things that resonated. And and then just that was a process. Did that for a long time. I was going to healing circles as much as possible. I was just putting myself out there, but I was quiet. I was keeping myself really quiet and just observing and just downloading and getting things, just feeling what feels right, getting things to integrate and feeling it out. And then, I think, really I only started to kind of come out of my shell to people in general just this summer. And TikTok was what Spirit told me to do. So jump on TikTok, that's what you gotta do first. And I said, okay, you sure? Did that. And now, I technically still haven't, thank you, Koish. I still haven't technically like fully come out to people in my past. Like honestly, most people, I think a lot of people from my past like literally think I'm dead. like, because they were all, they knew about what was going on with me, and and how bad I was getting, and I was always in the hospital, and all that stuff, and then I disappeared. And then so here I am. So if people find me, they're like, what the fuck are you, like, what is this shit, Ty? Because I'm still me. I'm like literally the same person. I'm the same goofy bastard as I was back then. Totally the same dingus, for sure. Like, people would see that the same. They just happen to see, like, now I speak weird things and I do stuff with my fingers, but they're not shocked at all. No, what's interesting is that not a single person has asked me a question. That's what's shocking to me. Nobody I know from my past, even when I was sick, nobody asks questions. Like, how do you not ask questions? Like, I would be like blabbing away trying to figure out this stuff. Like, if I saw my friend that was doing stuff like this, and I'd be asking all sorts of questions. But I don't know. They'll eventually start coming around to it. I can feel it all, right? So I can feel when people from my past find my profile, because I know people look for me, and then they find, some people found my Facebook profile, because it's not my, Tyrell is not my legal name. My name's Tyrell. So, but people knew me as Ty, and either way, it's just funny. I can feel when people try to tune into my energy, and it cracks me up. Okay. And story scene done. There we go. I got my story out a little bit. It's been waiting to come out just a little bit. Whew. Take a deep breath here. Yeah, right, Tina? The people that that do ask the questions are people that, you wouldn't expect it. Yeah, there has been some people that I've talked to about it a little bit, and they were, I can tell that they're open, but for the most part, most people, they don't give a shit. Well, I don't know. The people are open. I can feel that they're open, which is really cool. They're just like really, I can feel like their broken brain, because they like, I was such a logical person, and people, not to flex, but people really kind of like looked up to the way that I perceived things at that time, because it was so logical. Like, because I always took both sides to everything. I still do. I always see the big picture. And so when people see that I'm into this stuff, it kind of breaks their brain, because they're like, I thought he was like really logical. And then I look at it from such a like, still a scientifically type perspective, and that's why it took me so long to come out and start talking about this stuff, is because I truly had to understand it. I had to actually understand it from my perspective, and not just parrot something from one of the books I got up there. You know what I mean? I had to actually have my own perspective, because I have to be authentic. I can't hide when I'm inauthentic. Like, it's so obvious. So I had to actually be authentic, and then when I was ready, I guess. And I'm still not ready, actually. Fuck, I don't know. I don't know shit. I'm just sharing my perspective. I'm just being me. Yeah, Tina, you're old. I'm sure they are. Like, what? I'm sorry I'm missing all your guys' comments and stuff. I'm sure there's some really good comments, and I know you guys are saying really nice things, and I appreciate you so much. I'm kind of in the zone of just talking about it. Otherwise, I'll get like kind of distracted. My ADHD will take over. So I appreciate all the comments and the roses and everything, and I appreciate you so much. So thank you. Just get that out of the way. Oh, 144 on. Woo! It's a magic number. Go ahead. How did you repair your body so well? How did you repair your body so well after such devastation? You have a lot of vital energy through this healing work, and that's what I'm really here to share. And it's really simple. Just really simple techniques is how I started, by feeling. So the videos on my profile that I have shared that have like little techniques, those are what I used a ton and when I first started getting into healing myself. Really, really simple. Just literally feeling my body as deeply as possible, and meditating a lot, and just really getting to know how I feel, and then feeling emotions and working through traumas. Hi, Sammy. Samantha, ya ukwasa yara machia kuisa tu matara. Ya tatimo shio to pra. What are tu isha tahu kwar. Kuisha. So Samantha in the chat has been such a huge part of my personal journey. I would go to healing circles that she would put on, and it's just amazing. I've met so many people through that, and learned so much because I didn't know Jack when I started going those classes. I had a lot of data, but no real world experience at all, and I hadn't really done any real hardcore healing work. It was all just in the head. But when I started going to those circles, I started to actually feel it and experience it, and I learned so much going to like circles. She's amazing at she's an aura reader, like a really powerful seer. Her thing is auras. Like she knows all the auras. Like anything you want to know about your energy field, Sammy's the one. Samantha Bodell in here, she's the lady. She sees it all, which is awesome. It's just great feedback because of how little I see, like zip, zilch, nothing. And so she's been really, really helpful. But yeah, I don't know. I could talk forever about Sammy. She's the best. She is the best, just pure heart. How can we apply this to the world? Honestly, we just got to heal ourselves. I mean, that's the work we do. Once we start shifting our vibration and our frequency, and then we start raising our own frequency, it literally not only heals us, but it heals the world. And as you shift to a different frequency, you're not changing the world. You are shifting to another reality in which it is in more alignment to what you actually are. That's how it actually works. I know it's a little weird, but what your vibe, I mean, I'm sure if you've experimented with plant medicine, you might notice this, how when you're in a certain vibrational state, the entire world is completely different, and your experiences are completely different because your vibration is different, usually when it's much higher. And it's the same thing in reality. We shift between, not like, we don't shift between 2D, 3D, 4D, 5D, but it's not like that from my perspective. It's a little bit, we're always moving between these different states, and that's the reality that gets reflected back to us. I know, sorry Tina, I don't know how do I say that? I don't yet perceive how I don't yet perceive to my full potential. How about that? Does that work? I can see, so can I see people's energy or auras? Yes and no. It depends on my state, to be honest, how I'm feeling and how blocked up I am. When I do see auras, I usually see the first layer really well. So I will see like that first layer that comes off. I can see that pulsing and glowing, and it doesn't go too much, but I see the second layer too, but I don't see colors. So I just see it as light. And then the second layer, I will sort of see it like pixelated colors, and it like ebbs and flows. It kind of like pulses, but I don't really see. I definitely don't see it like Sammy. Sammy's just, she doesn't have to look. I have to see with my eyes, so she can, she just can perceive it no matter what. But I have to actually look with my eyes, and then I'll see, like when I see like spirits and other beings and stuff, I see them as lights. So I'll see them as like a star. That's what they look like, as a light, but the different colors sometimes and different stars, and then they'll have like an energy around them, almost like their own little aura, but it's only usually like one color or something. When I look at lights and stuff, certain lights, I can see like the magnetic field around them. So it looks like like if you see a magnet with all the iron shavings, how it kind of goes up in those things, and then I'll see like they'll be like rainbow colors usually. And then I'll see, like if I look at animals, like my cat, when he really wants something, I'll see like little bubbles pop up when he's thinking things, like literally like little thought bubbles. But that's about it. I'm improving my sight 100%. Could I see your orb? Yes, I could. Yes, I could. Yeah, when I close my eyes, I see nothing. So I can't, how do I say this without programming it? I do not yet visualize. So if I were to try to visualize a color in this time at this time, I could not. It would be a spells. Speaking spells. How do I do this without programming it? I do not yet. I experience what people would refer to as aphantasia. So a blind mind's eye is what I experience in this now. There. Is that right? I am perceiving more. I don't know. I got to be careful, and I really appreciate you for doing that, Tina. I really want people to hold me accountable when I say things. I know better. I know better. Saying can't, I say it all the dang time, and I slap myself. So I appreciate you guys for helping me out with that, because it makes a difference. It truly does. It truly does. And it's my belief system. I still have that belief system. I'm working on it. You know, like I said, I have not figured things out yet, man. I'm still healing. Don't look at me like I know shit. I'm just sharing my perspective. Give me the boot. Stomp, stomp, stomp. Yeah, we'll do some more here. Yeah, let's do it right now. Yeah, let's do some more energy, Joy. Thank you for bringing that up. I've blabbed enough. It's been waiting to come out. You know, it's funny. A whole little bit of info about me has been trying to come out. Spirit's been pushing so hard. Last night, I think I had four instances of synchronicities that were saying share your story in 5 minutes. 2 people asked me, "Are you going to share your story, Ty?" Another person, "Are you going to share your story on a live? You said you were going to share a story." And then I don't remember the other one. There's something else. And then when I was on TikTok, the very first, somebody was on a live and it said share your story. It's hello, Corina. Yeah. So it was yes, share it. And there we go. We got it out a little bit. Got a little bit of it out. Yeah, so let's do some energy. Let's do some more before it gets too late here. I know you guys have stuck around and have been really patient and listening to me and holding space for me as I share things that I honestly thought I was going to have a harder time expressing, but I think it came out right. I'll probably do an actual video, a live stream video, or maybe a recording on my YouTube that is a more full story where I can actually get out the parts that really hurt, you know? Because that's the cookie cutter story that it doesn't bother me. It's more just facts. There's a lot that I haven't shared with anybody that I need to release. So I'll be doing that. Gwea, I love you too. Gwea, thank you, Higgs. Shatata. So if you guys are interested in receiving, I'm sure there's people in here that weren't in at the first time. And what I'll be doing is just channeling some energy and some light codes that are specific for you through your higher self. So I'm not doing it towards you. I am channeling through my higher self who's working directly for your higher self outside of space-time. That's the whole idea of the quantum stuff. So you don't have to understand it. It doesn't make a big difference. All you got to do is just feel your body, relax, be open. If this is something that's new to you, just be open. That's all you got to do, and you might have a really powerful experience like I had, because I was just open and not necessarily believing any of it, and it blew my effing mind. So, just go ahead and relax. If there's a specific intention that you would like, because that's kind of what I do is activate people, help them remember who they are through whatever means that feels right from their higher self. And then we also do healing. So if you want to place your awareness in a certain area where you like healing or activation, or you can even just feel it. That's what I would suggest. If there's an area that you need healing, feel that area of your body as deeply as possible while relaxing as deeply as possible, and then we'll help out.
so can we shit to at to kucho quata when they are to shit at a carni me shit ti kutu pakina na hatu te perutu chapatu kuti patati chiti and kura or ti shata. Yeti nara ti prakushuto koyana. And again, I'm going to be sharing this live afterwards when it's available to download. I'll be putting it on YouTube. So if you missed the first half or you have to take off or anything like that, don't worry, you can still get the energies. They're still available when it's not live. It's a little bit stronger when you're on the live itself, but either way. So if you guys are actually open, I don't know, it just came into my awareness. If you are open to this idea, I have a pre-programmed code that I will hand you, or I will place in for you, that will invite a couple of my Lyran friends to assist each of you as you receive it for whatever issue that you would like. So it'll go towards healing, whatever you would like to set your intention towards, or it will go where it's needed for the highest good. So if you're open to that, I'm just going to pull up this a cylinder, electric blue cylinder. I'm going to place a code in it, and then I'm going to either put it between your root and your sacral, or you can do it yourself. Just take it and place it between your root and your sacral, and then it'll just install and run automatically for the highest good of all. Only no harm will be done. No energy will be taken. Quale piatto sua carne, che chiano, chiarono, che pia coi corripui sha ta tu tia tu chapua ta ku tu kubra tu ti prata ta che tu roba quero pa. Chupu hat fa la maleto, la cala o lo ulmelatia lo ulpea. La sanja sto ulup lalomeo. Lula pala lisa da nyusu ma. La sule malele lulu falla tu usma. La sindia sa alwela leo. La le peo le pena wito lu kifu tu na puka tu le tashur. Yeta le di puerta chul uno concha uno tu puerta la catu le tu chisha le puerta se wala ma wala wasale te pisu tu le buona coi ma che cuta su vai corri pe por ci spiti su ci precu se pe coi ti ne qui cutia tu dice ti buona. Ale maya, uequali, sui maya, ele ale, ani ale, lele ni mayo, la uesa, leta yaya, ni tuina nita ya, si uesa ya tu sai, Sa uso ya mau koe siawa. Si ti au koe kaini titu sau koe taua. Ni sa yatu ya mia. Ni sa natu ni maa. Makona uso ya pasia. Si tata ayo e pamamu tutu chipia oko energia oto a. Puiana. Puiana. Uso epia puiana. Ni tuini kini ma. Tikini ma. O ea. A oea. E mo oea. Sitanani tatui tau tuia. Muko kokokoe popoia rete ni nani mate ena wa papai. Isso tudo em mamãe wa te imo papapoi. Ti o tai ma coita poa. Na wa pau we pau. Tu pau ti me isso pu papapai ma ti piu ma ko au pau. Ko chato caça mata ita. Su astuka. Shak pusha nata incha da. Uya sha cha kucha. Chi ucha cha ucha kuchi cha ucha so tum wow. That's a hard one. Oh, that's so hard to do. Come on, can we switch that one? Come on. I can't get it out. Oh, it's so hard to do. Woo-wee. Okay, go to show Korea. Questa no. Ci kutia keba kui kutia kitu kite tau cha. Uma ora vara rato kur para viedo bakara ya kali tiki tipo kodi ma tipo tipo yo puedo tipo recti ma kodi recti tipo recti ma deve buono para tipo 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 Chico tem que agora para tipo I can't do that one either, guys. Come on. I can. Too good. That one's tough. Okay, so see how I disconnect. I'm gonna start when I'm about, like, I can tell when I'm done because I start to jolt. Like, it's like I feel it like a release and a disconnect. I totally can. Woo wee. Woof. I'm gonna have to work on that. So how you guys feeling? It felt so strange. So that one, you're welcome, you're most welcome. Yes, I can. I know. Dude, it's just that programming stuff. It gets so stuck. Like, we get so in these habits of saying things, and it's like, I know better. 100% know better. Oh, beautiful, Miss Kitty. That's beautiful. Yeah, that one that was making me laugh was like, it was trying to speak, which is weird. It was trying to speak from like between my sacral and my solar plexus. It was like this really weird spot
that was like my belly button sort of, and it was trying to make like it was trying to talk through my belly button. It was really hard. It's hard to describe. It was like trying to speak through my belly button. It wasn't working. Were you feeling it in the same spot, Tina? Were you feeling it in your belly button? Or like that spot there? It's so strange. Yeah, some of them are really yeah, some of them can be really native. Like there are ones that are definitely there are languages that I speak that are definitely Native American for sure. Like I don't know what I'm saying. Like they're definitely clearly like the same languages. So I mean, I'd be surprised if it could be translated directly, but I wouldn't be surprised at the same time. I can feel like a lot of those. I feel a lot of emotion. Like when in the local areas, I would just go to certain places, and like I mean, I work at a tribe. I work for a local tribe, so I'm on native land, and I've released a lot. And not by choice, not by going in and thinking I'm going to change, fix this or do anything like that. It's just they move through me, and the energies move through me, so I just clear that energy for them, and it's really intense. There's so much emotion, so lots of emotion, and then it's all over too. I mean, I just go up, like I would go camping up and like go up these really pretty creeks and streams and stuff, and just hang out, and I would just be channeling in those places, and all sorts of really intense emotions would flow through. Clearly native, indigenous. Well, I think I'm going to start to get winding down. I'm starting to get a little pooped out here. It's a high energy day to begin with. So I'm glad that I was able to come on, and I feel pretty good. I got a pretty good sized headache that I need to drink a bunch of water and put some of this Epsom salt rub on. But if you guys have any last questions or anything, I'll answer a few more questions. I don't know. I honestly can't remember if I'm RH negative. I don't remember. I always forget stuff like that. I forget my zodiac stuff too. I've looked it up in detail so many times, and I always forget. I know I'm a Pisces. That's about it. I think it's my moon or my rising. Is that different? Are they the same thing? I think one of them's a Sagittarius. Wild child. There's a lot of certain coding that is attached to that type of blood. So I understand the question. I just don't remember if I am. I literally don't remember if it's negative or positive or any of that stuff, to be honest. I know that it's really whatever blood type I have is pretty rare. I know that because that's how my biological father and my mother broke up over my blood type, because my mom, I guess she's got a rare blood type, and it was like a big concern at the hospital about all that stuff. And so my mom wanted to know what my dad's blood type was, because they needed to know it or whatever. And he got really pissed off and thought it was because he thought she had cheated and didn't know who his father was. And so they got in a big fight and broke up over it. And yeah, that was the end of that. So they've actually, like, my parents broke up over my blood type. So I should probably figure that out, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if AB negative sounds right. It doesn't feel or sound right, but maybe. I don't know. Could be. Yeah, my mom's super intuitive too. She's really like tapped in, but she's not healed at all. So she's stuck in her trauma, which if you're as open as my mom is and you're stuck in your trauma, because she's been through a lot of trauma in her life, it gets expressed as, mental illness or however you want to label that type of situation. She's just experiencing not what she chooses, She's experiencing the frequencies of her trauma. You guys know a lot about this blood type stuff. I have to look that up, man. Ah, yeah, I have no idea. My mom would need, okay, Rogum shots. Yeah, I have to look all that stuff up. Does anybody have any resources for that? That looking into that stuff? Like a website or, anything really. If you can just like send me a message or something. If you want to send me well, it's a good time just to plug it in the meantime. If you guys want to send me a message for any reason at all, if you want to just BS or whatever, or if you have questions, or if you're interested in a session or a transmission, you can go to my profile. In my profile, there's a link that'll send you to my website where you can send me a message through my website. That's the best way to do it right now, unless you have Instagram. Then there's a link for Instagram on my profile too. You can send it that way. Or you can send it to just Ty L Heals, my username, Ty L Heals, wherever it's at for you guys. I don't know if you see it up at the top there. You can just do that, Ty L Heals at Gmail, and send me a message that way. And I would appreciate it big time. But yeah, if you guys are interested in sessions, I do one-on-ones. Essentially, I only offer 2 types right now, but this is all going to change really soon. So I'll have a lot of different like fun offerings, just to kind of mix it up and experiment and stuff. But right now I offer a 30-minute and a 60-minute. The 60-minute is an enhanced. So about half of it is focused on healing and clearing, so that we can make space for the activations and upgrades to come in the second half, because it's essentially our 60-minute is a full frequency upgrade, and it's a big upgrade every time. I mean, it has a longer integration period just because it unpacks over time, so it's a lot of data that'll unpack over time. But if you're interested in that, let me know. But I'm working on my website to get it all streamlined. It's pretty much done. I just got to test. I need to put some products up. I need to test it. I mean, so I just need to get stuff. That's what this weekend's for. So hopefully I get to that this weekend. I need to. But yeah. Let's see if there's any. Oh, I also offer. I'm still offering through January. I think we're only about halfway through. But if you're interested in a pre-recorded transmission, a full song, whatever song you want, channel towards whatever intention you want, or intentions actually, but I would honestly recommend against that because it does work, but it can be intense, and I would just focus on one intention so you can definitely get the results, but it's up to you. If you can set whatever intention, you can choose a song, and then I'll channel to the pace of that song, because I sync up with the music, I feed off the music. So I would recommend choosing a song or music that triggers an emotion that might be related to whatever your intention is. Maybe like feeling like a badass, or just having fun, or if it's a sad thing you want to try to heal, maybe triggering that emotion through that might help. But it's up to you, totally up to you, and it's really cheap right now. It's only $22, and you get a customized transmission, and you can watch it over and over again, and either get the same effects, or it'll go deeper and deeper into your intention. 144 again, woo woo. But it's a great way if you're not quite ready for a session, or you're just interested in the stuff, to get your own personalized thing. Or it can make a great gift for people too. Having something for somebody's. If it's for somebody else, it's only going to be for their highest good only. So I'm not going to do specific intentions. It's not going to work, and it's not something I'll do. But it will. You can get it for other people if it's for their highest good only. And yeah, and then like to their favorite song or something. It's kind of fun. But yeah. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna start heading off and let up the East Coasters get on with their night, and I'm gonna go die for a little bit. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just gonna go rest. Yeah, just getting pretty pooped. But just keep in mind that there's some serious incoming energies right now. At a collective level, the type of energies that are coming in right now are going to push through a lot of dense energies. So it's going to feel quite uncomfortable for most people. You might have, what we identify as ascension symptoms. Tension is really common. Emotions being triggered really easily is really common. All that stuff. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you, Tina. You don't need to give me flowers, but I appreciate you so much. I appreciate all you comas tu china ti ta koi chati mata de que ro tu terapi para tu kira ti chati ti mu pa patata sunam mak tu proprio pa tu propria tanti tu te proprio tipo. Recommend for kids? Yes, absolutely. I love working with kids and for kids. I'm only gonna do for their highest good. So if it's for kids, only for the highest good. But yeah, definitely, I love making transmissions for kids, and I'm gonna still offer these stuff, these type of transmissions. Sort of, it's just gonna change after January. So it's gonna be done through TikTok a bit. Just because it's going to be way easier, saves everybody time and energy, and then it kind of creates this kind of community thing. But so you would have to pick songs, like it'll be based on like the song length and stuff. But the way that the TikTok videos and stuff work, it can be really, really powerful. Just they're short and sharp and repetitive and stuff like that, so it can be really powerful. And then you can get it based on the length of the sound clip that's available. So you can get like the 15-second, the 30-second, the 45-second, the minute, and then the 3-minute or whatever. So your 6-year-old had major trauma losing his older brother and then divorce. How can you book? You can just send me a message and we'll talk about it first. I want to make sure that I understand it all for something like that especially. But definitely, we can definitely help with your permission and if he's open to it. I love working with kids, so that's definitely part of my path is to help with kids. So I would love to assist. But yeah, just send me a message. You can email me, tyelheals@gmail. You can there's a link in my profile that'll allow you to send a message, or you can send me a message through the Instagram icon in my profile as well. But yeah, it'll all be streamlined really soon, where you can just book. Yeah. If he was born with an extra chromosome, there's a lot that we can do to help him. We're not going to be able. I mean, I can't say, but there's a lot that we can do to help. I'm sure. Yeah. Oh yeah. You go to Mystical Wares, Alora? Absolutely. That'd be awesome. Yeah, you should definitely hit me up. Please hit me up. I would love to know if you're local. Please hit me up. Find a way. Just leave me a comment or send me a message. Please do, because we're really trying to build a community. And we all have something to contribute, so please do. Is it costless there? I don't think it is. So it's $55 for the 30-minute and $122 for the 60-minute enhanced. But again, these rates are going to change, so let me know. If you just contact me now throughout January, even if we book further out, you'll get those prices grandfathered in. And that was another thing too, is if you book now, before that time, I should advertise this, but I will grandfather you into those prices too. So people who normally book with me are going to get the same prices just forever. So if you're already a client of mine, you'll get the same prices no matter what, forever. It won't go up for you. It might go down, but it won't go up. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Samantha, I love using the chamomile frequency to ghost, to stay a little hidden. Yeah, I'm in Washington, up near Mount Vernon. Anyway, send me a message. I'm going to get off. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for hanging out with me. There's 125 people still in here. That's just beautiful. At least 24 people who are open to this stuff, which blows my mind because, I feel like a weirdo most of the time. So thanks for listening. And I appreciate you guys being open to receive and working on yourselves and healing yourself, because you heal yourself, you heal the collective, so you're helping everybody. Truly, 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 truly. And I'm not meaning that in some philosophical way. We truly are. So I love you, I love you, I love you. Have an awesome night. Thank you to Cosmic Earthchild. If you guys don't follow her, she's been moderating in here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to Amber, second in command. If you guys aren't following her, go check her out. She just did her first live the other day that I caught. Thank you so much for moderating. I love you. Thank you, Sammy, for showing up and being a part of the group frequency. I appreciate you so much. All the people that I'm friends with and all the people that I will be friends with. So I love you. I love you. Have a good night. Just jump out. And again, I'll be posting this afterwards on YouTube as soon as it's available to post. So if you want to catch the replay, check out my YouTube. All right. Deuces, pa isto. Tachiara prato chatitana tataku puato fat nachiatu e puat prato cuciprara.